Good evening and welcome. You're with News First, where the news always comes first. I'm Shamir Rasooldi.
And I'm Nicola D'Souza. We'll start off with a look at tonight's top stories. I am prepared to postpone the Uber election if out-of-hand incidents occur. A statement from the Elections Commissioner. Air Force squadron including 3 helicopters assigned for peacekeeping services. 4-year-old girl reported missing in Nikadalupota, Kurunegala. Gold prices dip in the world market. The montage you just witnessed was a look back at tragedies that have befallen children in the recent past.
In the latest of this series of incidents, a small girl was reported missing from Pannava in Nikadalupota, Kurunegala today.
There is still no clear information regarding her whereabouts.
The parents of the missing girl, 4-year-old Pamara Keshini Bandaru Vijayakun, made an entry at the police station this morning that their daughter was missing. The parents say that the girl was asleep with them when she went missing. The parents believe that their daughter has been kidnapped.
It was about 9:30 when we went to sleep. My wife, the smaller child and I sleep on the same bed. My son and my daughter, who were taken, were on the other bed. They have cut the wax cloth and entered the home. They had cut through the net too. Then my son called out to me and said that he could see the moonlight. It was 2 a.m. when I was awoken. I looked at the bed and my daughter wasn't there. Only my son was there.
As soon as the incident was reported, joint investigations were launched by officers of several police stations including Barriapala, Pothuhera, Vallavaya, Kurunegala, Kokoralla and Rambadagala. The police observed that a wax cloth used to cover a window and the mosquito net over the bed where the girl had been sleeping had been cut. The police believed that the child had gone missing between midnight and 12 a.m. The missing girl was the middle child in a family of 3 siblings. Her father is a trader in street meats. While no clear information has come to light regarding this incident as yet, suspicions have arisen regarding a visitor to the area who had come to the residence last morning.
Incidents of child abductions reported in the recent past. Armed group that stormed into a house in Katugampala, Nikavaratya, abduct a 4-year-old. 1.5-year-old kidnapped in Matko, Trincomalee. 8-year-old kidnapped from Maligavatta. 3 million rupees in ransom demanded. Attempted kidnapping of a schoolgirl heading home after sitting for the A-level examination in Maharagama. 2-year-old abducted from Kalaniya found in Piliyandala. Child kidnapped from Mount Lavinia. 5 million rupees in ransom demanded. For your attention.
Air Marshal Koilitha Gunathilaka is the commander of the Sri Lanka Air Force, and he announced today that a squadron accompanied by 100 airmen will be assigned to the United Nations Peacekeeping Force. According to its mandate from the United Nations Security Council, the unit will be deployed for service in 3 Central African nations and in Sudan.
This is incidentally the first time in history that the Sri Lanka Air Force will be deployed for United Nations services. 3 Mi-17 helicopters with pilots and engineers along with a 122-strong squadron will be deployed to the Central African Republic. These 3 helicopters will be used to transport troops, VIPs, food, domestic visits, drop-off goods via parachutes and also move medical facilities.
Around 5 years ago, during the war, the United Nations made a request from the Sri Lanka Air Force if we can provide these helicopters for UN purposes. However, due to the situation that prevailed, we were not capable of undertaking such a responsibility. We received the same request this time around. With the approval of the Ministry of Defence and the government, we are able to do it for the UN.
Meanwhile, an officer of the Police Intelligence Division was attacked today when he was conducting a raid on a residence in the Kottuna area in Sapugaskanda.
Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana says that two officers faced the situation when they attempted to conduct a raid on the residence this afternoon. SSP Rohana noted that the officer who had entered the home to arrest the suspects had been attacked and that his firearm had been taken away from him. Two suspects have been arrested. A team of police officers responded to a call that a house in the Kothunna area in Sapugaskanda police division had been broken into by thieves. Two suspects were arrested. One of them is a known criminal. The other suspect is an army deserter. Two more suspects had fled the scene. The injured police constable has been admitted to the Ragama hospital.
Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya has made a firm statement that he is prepared to even postpone the over-provincial council poll in the event that out-of-hand incidents occur. Speaking at a media briefing convened in Munragala today, the Elections Commissioner says there are provisions within the law to take such action.
මැතිවරණ කොමසාරිස්ට බලයක් තියෙනවා 1988 අංක 2 දරන පළාත් සභා ඡන්ද විසින්
Under Section 26 of the Provincial Council Elections Act number 2 of 1988, the Elections Commissioner has the power to postpone the election by 14 days if the situation in a district gets out of control. There are certain powers vested in the Elections Commissioner that I can implement if needed, but at today's discussions, the senior DIG and all the police OICs were 100% in agreement with us that the situation can be controlled. Opposition activists who spoke with us also indicated their expectation that this will be brought under control, but I will not discard this action. If there is an incident or a situation, I will take action. Once the nominations are received, it is the Elections Commissioner and no one else that decides when the elections will be held.
නමුත් ඒක බැහැර කරන්නේ යම් සිද්ධියක් යම් තත්ත්වයක් තිබුණොත් ඡන්දේ දෙවීම තීරණය කරන්නේ නොමිනේෂන් එක කරාට පස්සේ මැතිවරණ කොමසාරිස් මිසක් වෙනක් කවුරුවත් නෙවෙයි.
Here in Colombo, the government was questioned in Parliament today regarding rumours that preparations are afoot to hold the over-provincial council election over 2 days. Chief Government Whip, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, responded.
The government does not have the right to postpone an election. The Elections Commissioner is the person in charge of the election. The government is holding this election to achieve victory in the Uva Provincial Council and confirm the public mandate for you. There are no shortcomings. So if you are preparing for defeat, then all I can say is that you can start preparing from now on.
Lakmal Kirindagala at the Newsfirst Uva Election Bureau has more information on the Election Commissioner's tour of Munragala and other developments ahead of the Uva Provincial Council election.
Today too, the Newsfirst team toured the Munragala district. However, we received very little information pertaining to the violation of election laws. The Elections Commissioner held a discussion in Munragala today. He also provided instructions to the police and other officials.
Discussions were held in Munragala today involving public officials, officials from the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka and the Elections Commissioner. The Commissioner informed public officials to ensure that they implement election laws fairly.
The Elections Commission informed police headquarters last night of an incident that had occurred on the morning of the day before yesterday. He said that white defenders with no license plates were roaming around the area. Last night, a team including my officers and I engaged in an operation throughout the night in the Munragala district. We were looking for these defenders. I am disappointed to say that we did not even see one defender. Those who make allegations say the defenders are white or black. We are carrying out the instructions given to us by the Elections Commissioner. We will continue our duties under him until the 20th of this month.
මේ 20 වෙනිදා වෙනකන් රාජකාරී කරගෙන යනවා.
අර කතාවක් තියෙනවනේ එක්ක
There's a story that either we swim together or drown together. We cannot drown together. Therefore, we must all swim together. We must go under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police and the 2 district secretaries. All I do is write down instructions on paper. As a gentleman from a certain party said, it is possible that all I am is a postman.
බෙදන්නෙක් පමණක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Meanwhile, former Uva provincial councillor Janaka Tissakuttiarachchi has been remanded until the 12th of this month. The suspect, former provincial councillor, had turned himself over to court in connection with an incident where he was allegedly involved in a brawl with the son of another candidate. Tharindu Sampath Jayasuriya, the son of the Uva provincial council candidate, was injured in the altercation.
What is happening in Uva? An election or the thieving of votes? Speaking at an event held in Colombo today, Venerable Madhulwabe Sobithera posed this question to the government.
An election is being held in Uva, but is it an election or is it theft? Defenders with no number plates have gone there from Colombo and are attacking everyone. About 20 JVP officers have been set on fire. They were attacked last night too. They do it with the police at hand. The media spokesperson has asked that they be informed via telephone if you are being attacked by people in Defenders with no license plates. There are 11,000 policemen there, but we have to inform them that we are being attacked. This is what they call democracy. In this democracy, the government is inviting you to take up arms.
මේ ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදයේ තුල ආණ්ඩුව ආරාධනාවක් කරනවා උඹලා ආයුධ අතට ගනින්න.
The National Interreligious Symposium was organized by the National Peace Council on the theme of reconciliation through religious and ethnic diversity.
All of you, religious leaders, government leaders, community-based organization leaders, and the media have extremely important roles to play in this regard. All of your good work is badly needed to continue building strong and fruitful relations among the various communities. Your good work on the ground is greatly to improved mutual understanding, harmony at the local level, and building that all-important national unity.
Norway in Sri Lanka is often accused in the media of supporting extremist views and groups. Let me assure you that Norway has no interest in creating communal tensions in Sri Lanka, quite the opposite. The Norwegian government shares the values of dignity, respect, diversity, and dialogue. My government is deeply concerned about an increasingly polarized world where the narrative is more about exclusion than inclusion.
Our domestic policy informs our foreign policy, and so protection and promotion of religious freedoms continues to be a priority for us around the world. It is the heartfelt wish of Canadians that we endeavour to stem the persecution, violence and repression directed against many religious communities around the world.
And up next is our special segment, The Battle for Uva.
Samantha Vidyaratna took up preferential votes and was in parliament for several years. So what did he do? He was the deputy minister, and can you tell me if he even placed one rock on a road? He didn't even manage to give electricity to his village. Riddhi Maliyadda.
They are skimming off everything. Even when they give a labourer a job, they skim off the top. National politicians have been made secretaries. The voters are in the ditch while they are living large. Is this a lie?
It used to be the bell, and now it's the clapperboard. What does the opposition rave about? They rave about bribery, positions and lifestyle. Can parties like this give solutions to the burning issues you are facing?
Vimal Veeravansa is now ranting away in Badulla. He remains with President Mahinda Rajapaksa, gets all the positions and privileges he can, and in the end he is criticizing the president in Badulla.
What we wish to ask is this. According to what they are saying, the people are either stupid or the people who are saying this are stupid. So why do the people keep on voting this government into power?
65 years of independence have lapsed and 3 generations of people are yet to see the people's aspirations met. The country has kept journeying backwards.
විවේචන තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මේ විවේචන එක්ක බලනකොට අද ජනතාව දන්නවා.
There may be criticisms, but in spite of criticisms, the people know that come the 20th of September, it is certain that the United People's Freedom Alliance will be victorious.
අනි නියත වශයෙන්ම ලබා ගන්නවා කියන එක පැහැදිලිවම දන්නවා.
It would be useless if tea leaves grow in the tea estate and we do not cut it. It would be useless if the rubber tree in the rubber estate is full of milk and we do not tap it. It would be useless if coconuts grow on coconut trees and if we are not there to pluck them. The wealth of this nation is produced through our labor. But what has happened? The wealth that we generate through our work is being held on to a handful of people at the top. This is our social system. This is what has happened to our country.